Hello, esteemed gentlemen. The knife that cuts the deepest is often wielded by the hand you once trusted the most. Betrayal isn't shocking when it comes from strangers. It's expected. But when it's delivered by those closest to you, those who've shared your secrets, your victories, and your vulnerable moments, it's a different kind of sting. For Sigma males, the betrayal feels even sharper, not because they're emotional, but because they're calculated. They let people in rarely, carefully, and deliberately. And yet when they're crossed, it's often by the very people they considered allies. Here's a twist. Psychologists say betrayal by close friends or family is one of the leading contributors to long-term trust issues. Now, imagine a Sigma male, a natural lone wolf who already guards his inner world like a fortress, trying to rebuild that trust. Spoiler, he probably won't. But why does it happen? Why are Sigma males with their quiet strength, independence, and unshakable principles so often stabbed in the back? Is it envy? Fear? Or is it just that their very existence disrupts the fragile egos of those around them? Strap in. This journey is equal parts enlightening and unnerving, with just a dash of irony. After all, the ones who get too close to the flame shouldn't be surprised when it burns. Number 1. Silent success breeds resentment. Sigma males have a way of achieving success that feels almost effortless to those around them. They don't shout about their wins, post daily updates about their grind, or demand applause from the crowd. They move quietly, focused entirely on their goals, and when they succeed, it feels like it came out of nowhere. But this silent triumph often breeds resentment in others. People are wired to seek recognition for their efforts, to crave acknowledgement for their hard work. When they see a Sigma male thriving without seeking any of that validation, it stirs something uncomfortable. It's not just envy, it's the gnawing sense of being outclassed by someone who didn't even try to compete. That quiet success makes others feel exposed, as if their own loud efforts are suddenly hollow in comparison. The resentment deepens when Sigma males refuse to play the usual social games that accompany success. They don't flaunt their achievements to fit into social hierarchies or use their wins as leverage to gain influence. Instead, they continue on their solitary path, almost indifferent to how their success affects others. This lack of neediness frustrates people, especially those who thrive on external validation or depend on social approval. For some, this frustration builds until it tips into betrayal. They lash out, trying to sabotage or undermine the Sigma male in a desperate attempt to level the playing field. They might spread rumors, withhold support, or twist the truth, anything to feel like they've regained some control over the dynamic. What they don't realize is that this betrayal rarely phases the Sigma male. His focus was never on them in the first place. For him, the betrayal is just noise, a reminder that success, even when quiet, never goes unnoticed. Number 2, seen as too strong to be hurt. Sigma males often project an aura of emotional strength that can seem impenetrable. They're self-reliant, calm under pressure, and rarely show vulnerability. To outsiders, this can create the illusion that they are immune to emotional pain. People assume that no matter what they do, be it betrayal, sabotage, or deceit, the Sigma male will simply shrug it off and move on unscathed. This perception emboldens potential betrayers. If someone believes their actions won't truly hurt another person, it becomes easier to justify crossing boundaries or breaking trust. It's not malice every time. Sometimes it's as simple as thinking, he doesn't care, so why should I? But that assumption couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that Sigma males do feel betrayal deeply. Their trust isn't given lightly, and when they let someone into their inner circle, it's a significant act of vulnerability. A betrayal from someone close isn't just a breach of trust. It's a violation of the rare connection they allowed themselves to build. However, they rarely express this hurt outwardly. Instead of confrontation or displays of emotion, they internalize the pain, process it in solitude, and adjust their boundaries. This silent reaction often reinforces the myth of their emotional invulnerability. Betrayers, seeing no dramatic fallout, convince themselves their actions had little impact. But while the Sigma male may not retaliate or reveal his wounds, the relationship is irrevocably altered. The betrayer has lost access to something rare, a connection with someone who values authenticity and loyalty above all else. The irony is that this perceived strength, which attracts others in the first place, is what also leads to betrayal. People mistake stoicism for indifference, not realizing that beneath the quiet exterior lies a deeply human heart, albeit one that trusts a little less with each betrayal. Number 3. The magnetism of mystery attracts opportunists. Sigma males exude an enigmatic energy that naturally draws people toward them. Their quiet confidence, independence, and refusal to follow societal norms make them fascinating and, at times, irresistible. This magnetism is a double-edged sword. While it can attract genuine connections from those who admire their authenticity, it also lures opportunists who see their mystery as something to exploit. Opportunists are drawn to what they don't fully understand. The Sigma male's air of mystery can be misinterpreted as a challenge or even a resource to be tapped into. These individuals are skilled at feigning loyalty and trustworthiness, positioning themselves as allies while secretly plotting to use the Sigma male for their own benefit. They might seek access to their network, resources, or insights, all while pretending to share their values and respect their boundaries. What makes this dynamic especially insidious is that Sigma males, while discerning, are not immune to manipulation. Their self-sufficiency often means they don't suspect ulterior motives right away. They tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, assuming others operate with the same level of integrity they do. This trust, though sparingly given, can become a weak point when it lands in the hands of a skilled opportunist. When the betrayal comes to light, it often feels more personal than strategic. Sigma males value authentic connections, so realizing they've been used cuts deep. Yet, as is their nature, they don't lash out or seek revenge. Instead, they withdraw, recalibrate, and build even higher walls around their inner world. This pattern leaves a lasting impact, not just on the Sigma male who becomes even more cautious about letting others in, but also on the opportunist. They may gain short-term benefits, but they lose the chance at a genuine relationship with someone who values depth and loyalty over superficial gain. Number 4. Selective trust can backfire. Sigma males are incredibly intentional about who they allow into their inner circle. Their trust isn't given freely. It's earned through consistent actions and shared values. While this selective approach protects them from superficial or harmful relationships, it can also create tension with those who are left on the outside. People naturally crave inclusion, especially when someone as intriguing as a Sigma male is involved. Their aura of independence and mystery makes being in their circle feel like a badge of honor. Those who aren't chosen often interpret their exclusion as rejection or even a judgment of their worth. This perceived slight can fester into resentment, and in some cases it manifests as betrayal, a way of lashing out at the Sigma male for not offering the validation they seek. Even those within the Sigma male's circle aren't immune to feeling undervalued. Sigma males are independent to the point of appearing aloof. They don't lean on others emotionally or constantly reinforce bonds, which can leave people questioning their place in the relationship. Over time, this lack of reassurance might make close connections feel unappreciated or unimportant, even if the Sigma male deeply values them. In response, betrayal can become an emotional outlet. It might come in the form of gossip, manipulation, or outright sabotage, anything that allows the other person to feel a sense of power or revenge. Ironically, this betrayal often confirms the Sigma male's cautious approach to trust, reinforcing their belief that keeping people at a distance is necessary. Ultimately, the Sigma male's selective trust, while a tool for self-preservation, can unintentionally alienate those around them. It creates a dynamic where both outsiders and insiders feel compelled to challenge the Sigma's boundaries, leading to the very betrayal the Sigma male works so hard to avoid. Number 5. They inspire imitation, then resentment. Sigma males possess qualities that are undeniably captivating: self-sufficiency, emotional control, and an unwavering sense of purpose. People close to them often admire these traits so much that they begin to emulate them. At first, this imitation is driven by respect and a desire for self-improvement. Sigma males make independence and quiet confidence look effortless, and those around them want a piece of that aura. But imitation is easier said than done. While Sigma males' traits are the product of years of introspection, discipline, and inner strength, others often underestimate the depth of what it takes to live this way. They try to replicate the Sigma's calm under pressure or ability to thrive alone, only to realize it's not as effortless as it seems. This gap between admiration and execution breeds frustration. Over time, admiration turns sour. People begin to resent the Sigma male for embodying what they themselves cannot achieve. It's as if the Sigma male's success serves as a constant reminder of their own shortcomings. This resentment festers, particularly in those who once felt inspired but now feel overshadowed. Betrayal often becomes their way of coping with this frustration. By undermining the Sigma male, they attempt to level the playing field or regain a sense of control. It might be subtle, like passive-aggressive comments, or overt, like acts of sabotage. The irony is that this betrayal only highlights the very difference they resent: the Sigma male's ability to remain composed and focused, even in the face of personal attacks. For the Sigma male, this pattern is both predictable and disheartening. They inspire others unintentionally, only to watch admiration curdle into envy and betrayal. It reinforces their belief that true strength lies in walking their path alone, untouched by the insecurities of those around them. Number 6. Unintentionally dismantling others' illusions. Sigma males live by their own rules, guided by an internal compass that isn't swayed by societal expectations or groupthink. They question norms, challenge traditions, and refuse to blindly follow the crowd. While this independence inspires some, it also unintentionally threatens those whose sense of self is tied to external validation or societal structures. Many people build their identities around shared beliefs, systems, or roles. Whether it's adhering to cultural norms, climbing corporate ladders, or maintaining appearances in social circles, these structures provide a sense of stability and purpose. When a Sigma male enters the picture, their refusal to conform sends an unspoken message: you don't have to play this game. For some, this realization is liberating. For others, it's deeply unsettling. Sigma males, often without meaning to, dismantle these carefully constructed illusions. Their actions force others to confront uncomfortable truths. Perhaps their ambitions are hollow, their relationships superficial, or their values borrowed. This confrontation isn't direct or intentional, but it feels personal. The Sigma's mere existence acts as a mirror, reflecting back the cracks in others' facades. Instead of addressing these insecurities, people often lash out. Betrayal becomes a defense mechanism, a way to reassert control and protect their fragile egos. By undermining the Sigma male, whether through gossip, exclusion, or sabotage, they attempt to discredit the source of their discomfort. It's a desperate effort to preserve their illusions and avoid facing the deeper truths the Sigma's independence has unearthed. For the Sigma male, this cycle is a frustrating inevitability. They're not trying to provoke or challenge anyone, they're simply living authentically. Yet their authenticity becomes a quiet rebellion, one that unintentionally shakes the foundations of those around them and provokes betrayal from those unwilling to face the cracks in their own identities. Number 7. The fear of the unknowable. Sigma males are walking mysteries. They operate on their own terms, rarely revealing their inner thoughts, emotions, or plans. While this self-contained nature is a source of their strength, it can also create unease in others. People are inherently wary of what they don't understand, and Sigma males, with their enigmatic presence, often leave others guessing. In social and professional settings, most people rely on predictability to feel secure. They seek transparency in relationships and reassurance through shared intentions. Sigma males, however, don't play by these unspoken rules. They reveal only what's necessary and prefer actions to speak louder than words. This ambiguity can make even well-meaning individuals suspicious, as they struggle to decipher the Sigma's motives or align their expectations with his behavior. Over time, this uncertainty breeds fear. People begin to view the Sigma male as unpredictable or even calculating, assuming there must be an ulterior motive behind his reserved demeanor. This fear often morphs into resentment as they feel powerless to fully understand or influence him. Betrayal, then, becomes a misguided attempt to regain control. By undermining or exposing the Sigma male, they hope to level the playing field and reduce the perceived threat of the unknown. The irony is that Sigma males rarely have hidden agendas. Their reserved nature isn't about manipulation, it's about independence. They simply don't feel the need to explain themselves to the world. Yet this very quality, their unwillingness to overshare or conform, turns them into targets. Betrayers project their own insecurities and assumptions onto the Sigma male, acting out of fear rather than reality. For the Sigma male, the betrayal is a sharp reminder of how the unknown unsettles people. But instead of changing who they are, they lean further into their solitude, knowing that the fear of the unknowable is not their burden to carry. Number 8. Outshining without trying. Sigma males have an effortless way of standing out, not because they seek attention, but because their natural traits, competence, independence, and quiet confidence are impossible to ignore. They don't chase validation, boast about achievements, or engage in power struggles, yet their mere presence often eclipses those who do. This unintended contrast can make others painfully aware of their own shortcomings, triggering insecurity and, in some cases, resentment. In social or professional settings, many people gauge their worth by comparison. When someone outshines them, especially without seeming to try, it disrupts their sense of hierarchy and achievement. Sigma males don't follow the typical playbook of climbing the social or career ladder. They achieve results through focus and self-discipline, bypassing the politics and noise others rely on. This quiet success feels like a direct challenge to those who work tirelessly to maintain appearances. The problem isn't just that Sigma males succeed, it's that they do so while rejecting the norms that others cling to for validation. Their independence highlights how much others rely on external approval or group dynamics. Their competence shows how often others fall short, not because they lack ability, but because they waste time chasing superficial rewards. This unspoken contrast can make people feel exposed, as if the Sigma male's existence holds up a mirror to their insecurities. For some, the only way to cope with this discomfort is to undermine the Sigma male. They may resort to gossip, subtle sabotage, or outright betrayal in an attempt to regain their sense of superiority. The irony is that these acts rarely affect the Sigma male in the way betrayers hope. Instead, they reinforce the Sigma's belief in the strength of self-reliance and his decision to operate outside the fragile egos of others. Number 9. Loyalty without submission. Sigma. Males are fiercely loyal, but not in the traditional sense. They hold loyalty in high regard, but it's loyalty on their own terms. They are deeply committed to their values, friends, and principles, but they refuse to conform to societal expectations or submit to personal hierarchies just to secure or maintain relationships. This independence can be misinterpreted by others as a lack of loyalty or emotional investment. In a world that often values hierarchy and allegiance based on power dynamics or conformity, the Sigma male's refusal to bow to these structures can cause discomfort among those who expect traditional forms of loyalty. People around them may believe that because the Sigma male doesn't play the game of social approval or status, he's somehow detached or uncommitted. This perception can be especially painful in personal relationships, where one party may feel undervalued or rejected for not being able to fit into the Sigma's non-conformist worldview. The expectation of loyalty in return for submission to a hierarchy is one that many people live by. In organizations, social groups, and even families, loyalty is often tied to the idea of support within the established system. When the Sigma male resists this and instead focuses on personal integrity, it can create a rift. Others might feel that their loyalty is unreciprocated, or that they are being dismissed in favor of the Sigma's independence. This sense of rejection, even if unintentional, can lead to bitterness. Betrayal in this case often emerges from a need to punish the Sigma male for not adhering to the unspoken rules of loyalty. The betrayal can be a response to feeling alienated or unappreciated for the loyalty they've shown, despite not receiving the validation they expected in return. It's a frustration born from misunderstanding the nature of the Sigma male's loyalty, which isn't about submission. It's about mutual respect without compromise. Number 10. A mirror to others' insecurities. Sigma. Males have a natural aura of calm and self-assurance that's difficult to ignore. Their ability to stay grounded, even in the most chaotic situations, often reflects back the insecurities of those around them. People with fragile egos or unresolved self-doubt tend to feel uncomfortable in the presence of someone so effortlessly secure. The Sigma male doesn't flaunt his confidence. He simply is confident, and that can shine a harsh light on the areas where others feel inadequate. For many, the Sigma male's quiet strength forces a confrontation with their own shortcomings. Whether it's their inability to handle pressure, their constant need for external validation, or their lack of independence, the Sigma's mere presence brings these insecurities to the surface. Rather than face these vulnerabilities through introspection or self-improvement, some people react defensively. They see the Sigma male as a mirror, but instead of learning from what they see, they become resentful. This resentment often transforms into betrayal. To regain a sense of control or superiority, they lash out at the very person who exposed their flaws. By undermining or sabotaging the Sigma male, they attempt to restore the hierarchy where they feel comfortable and superior. The act of betrayal becomes a defense mechanism, a way to shield their ego from the discomfort of their own inadequacies. The irony is that the Sigma male never intended to be a threat. He simply exists as he is, self-assured, unbothered by the opinions of others. But to those struggling with their insecurities, his calm demeanor feels like a challenge they can't meet. Betraying him becomes a way for them to reclaim a semblance of control over their own lives, even if it comes at the cost of their integrity. In the end, the story of Sigma males and betrayal is one of misunderstood strength, misread intentions, and fragile egos. Sigma males don't seek the limelight, nor do they demand loyalty or conformity from others. They simply live authentically, guided by their own code and independent spirit. Yet their very existence becomes a mirror that reflects back the insecurities, fears, and frustrations of those around them. This discomfort often breeds resentment and ultimately betrayal. What's crucial to understand is that for the Sigma male, betrayal isn't a reflection of their weaknesses or a reason to change. If anything, it strengthens their resolve to stay true to themselves and reinforces their belief that true loyalty is rare and earned, not demanded. In a world built on social games, hierarchies, and external validation, the Sigma male remains an enigma, unfazed by the noise and untouched by the betrayals that others use as weapons. For those who betray, the consequences are often far more profound than they realize. The Sigma male may withdraw, recalibrate his trust, and continue down his path, but the bond is broken, and a chance for something genuine is lost. In the end, betrayal might offer fleeting satisfaction, but it never replaces the true strength of loyalty, respect, and self-awareness. The Sigma male isn't bothered by betrayal. He simply moves on, leaving behind those who couldn't understand the depth of the silent strength he carries. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the intriguing world of Sigma males and betrayal, don't forget to show some love. Hit that like button if you found these insights eye-opening, and feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If you're not already part of our awesome community, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on more thought-provoking content. And hey, if you know someone who'd appreciate this, share it with them. They'll thank you later. Keep being awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one.